I wanted to get your take on the transfer news relating to Arsenal today. Actually, I wanted to get your take on this. So there's a big
Oh dear,
story.
it's Jack and Ori time, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a big story circulating today that Arsenal have made initial contact with Bayern Leverkusen over Musa Diaby. Leverkusen do not want to sell mid-season, but they have been they were quoting prices of sort of 100 million euros in the summer. Of course, this stems after Liverpool have missed out on signing Mudryk as an example. So there's money to spend. It's not the first journalist to talk about this deal. They're talking about it being this one being on. Excited about bringing Musa Diaby in, or do you think the money that you've not spent so far on João Felix and Mudryk should be spent elsewhere?
Elsewhere, and he can't be trusted, Darmeshef. That guy has got no sources at all. I'm not even lying, Terry. I've got better sources at Arsenal Football Club than Sky Sports. I'm not even lying, Terry. When we signed Pepe, I said on a stream or a video, Lacazette showed him around the training ground. 2 days later, Arsenal dropped the video on their YouTube channel. When we signed Matt Ryan, not a single journalist on the planet mentioned Matt Ryan was signing for Arsenal. But I did. I tweeted it 2 days before. How can I also say on a stream on deadline day the season we signed Tierney? Tierney's completed his medical. He's in Sopwell House Hotel. 4 hours later, Sky Sports go, Kieran Tierney's on his way from Glasgow to do a medical. No, he was sat in Sopwell House reception, mate. How are my sources better than Sky Sports? I ignore everything they say. Thank God we do not have Sky Sports in Spain. Like, they do not have a Spanish version of Sky. Thank God. They are in the gutter. Yeah, they regurgitate the same rubbish 24 hours a day. Yeah, and they just change the words. Who's the other one? What's his name? Cava. Yeah, that Sky Cava. That guy, man. I'm sorry. That how they are nicking a living still is a miracle, Terry. Yeah, it is a miracle. As for that guy, Diaby, I think everyone's forgotten the Bundesliga hasn't been played for 3 months. They haven't had a game for 3 months, Terry. Why are we looking at Bundesliga players? No disrespect. That league's trash anyway. That's not in the top 5 leagues in Europe. Take Bayern Munich out and it's literally League One. Yeah, cool. He can run fast. Whoopee. Sorry, mate. No disrespect. I am done and dusted with all of these compilation merchants. I'm done and dusted with all of these people that are bigging up this player and bigging up Terry, the way fans go on these days, not just for Arsenal, but for all clubs, it's like they watch every league. It's literally like they are Soccer Saturday. They've got cameras and TV screens set up. It's like they're sat in a big room like this with multiple screens. Oh my God, let's go to the Allianz. There's a goal. Musa Diaby scored against Bayern. Get in the bin. And I've already seen, I typed in Musa Diaby on YouTube. 3 hours ago, somebody put a compilation video out on YouTube. Come on, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Terry, 100 million euros is now, because of this Mudryk, now the going rate. And because Edu cocked that deal up, yeah, we're coming to Mudryk in a bit, so I'll move on quickly. But because he messed that deal up, he has now alerted the whole world that we have up to 100 million euros to spend. Well done, Edu, whilst he's swanning around Poland on club expenses. Ridiculous. Absolutely pathetic. For 100 million pounds, which, let's say 88 million pounds is 100 million euros. We could go and get Zaha, Trossard, Tillemans and still have change. And now we've got 3 bench options with Smith Rowe, Tomiyasu, Tierney and Vieira. Now our bench looks half decent, doesn't it? Instead, we're sitting there going, oh, let's go for Rafinha. Let's go for Diaby. Let's go for Declan Rice. Oh, let's go. Get in the bin, man. We ain't signing none of these players. The only one I'd imagine that we're going to sign out the players with active. Mitoma's the latest one the hipsters like. Played 13 times for Brighton. He can run 100 miles an hour. Great dribbler, by the way. Very close control with his dribbling. But he's played 13 games. All of a sudden, the compilations are out about Mitoma. Oh, let's go and sign him. He's played 13 games in the Premier League. And he ain't even completed all of them. Just slow down. Stop overrating players that don't have a consistency over 50, 60, 100 games. I know there's up and coming players, Terry, but come on. Let's have it right here. First off, that Bundesliga is trash. You've got to go through the track record of players that have come from that in recent times in forward positions. Shai Havertz, Timo Werner. There's 2 I've named straight away. you know what I'm saying? Both of them are flopped, didn't they? Yeah, one of them's gone back to Germany, and the other one, he might as well leave because he ain't required at Chelsea anymore. Like, people overrate players based off a couple of stats, or oh, they did it against Real Madrid, or oh, they got an assist in that. Get in the bin, man. Yeah, start rating them when they come to your club and start producing at your football club. Sancho's another one. Thank you. Yeah, start doing it at the football club that you support, then start overrating them or rating them, whatever.
Yeah,
Don't start overrating players based off of absolutely nothing.
So I do get that element. I mean, some Bundesliga players, Haaland being one. I think Son come from the Bundesliga. Ballack, you know, I just off the top of my head, like Owen Hargreaves came from there. I mean, he only
look how far back we're going here, Tel.
Yeah, no, I'm
just another one. Cool. But look how far back we're going. I'm talking attacking wide positions. Yeah, in the last 5 years.
No,
most of them that have come to the Premier League. Leon Bailey's another one, by the way.
So I get that. I do get that. I think though, I wanted to touch on something else rather than that. What you just said, that I think is actually more important. The world does now know. I mean, the Shakhtar CEO came out today and just managed being very. I mean, everyone thinks Todd Bowley's revealing. This guy's just come out. Yep, Arsenal offered the 100 million, the same as Arsenal. Were you shocked when you saw that him speak about that today? He's done it with The Athletic, and he's done it as well with TalkSport. He's basically just said that Chelsea's terms were better in terms of, like, it was easier to get the bonuses from Chelsea than it was Arsenal. But I suppose from your point of view, how do you feel about it? Because you didn't really want Mudryk, so you've missed out on him. So is it good news that Chelsea have taken him from you, from your perspective?
Yeah, fantastic. Like, just for many, I can reel off 10 minutes worth of reasons why I didn't want him. Yeah, number one, this fan base sucked the life out of any player we'd link to. Yeah, like the way they were calling him Ukrainian Neymar, putting like compilations out, already welcome to Arsenal videos on YouTube about him, like ridiculous, absolutely pathetic. Nobody watches Shakhtar Donetsk in the Ukrainian league, but they've seen him in the Champions League. Oh, well done, you watched him twice. Whoopee. Well, so now all of a sudden he's worth 100 million euros. Yeah, David Ornstein as well. I want to call him out as well, Terry, because that guy actively sat on Sky Sports and multiple other platforms and said publicly the figure is 100 million, but privately they're willing to take less. Well, that went well, didn't it, mate? Yeah, so stop listening to him, because I can reel off 10 things he's got wrong in the last 2 years. Yeah, so he only tells you what the club want him to tell you.
I would say this, though, not in defense of them, but to be fair, this is where fans, I don't look at the journalists as of getting this wrong. I don't. I used to, and having spoke to journalists, my mind has changed. What ends up happening, and football fans want to ignore this, and I don't really understand why. David Ornstein isn't in control of what clubs do, in the sense of, I kind of asked this to Ben Jacobs, and Ben Jacobs kind of alluded to it. I think they were willing to take less than 100 million euros because Arsenal were the front runners and nobody else was in. As soon as Chelsea came in and said, we're prepared to pay it, that changes everything.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop you there. Chelsea came in and said nothing like that, Terry. Was you in the room? Why didn't they put a bid in there and then when the hierarchy was sat watching the Man City game then? Because it took how many weeks later? 2 weeks.
The reason that, but what they did in that 2 weeks is spend time talking to the player and his agent to convince the player to sign. Because what clubs typically don't do is put in formal bids until they know the player is going to join.
This is where your argument falls down, Terry, right? Because in that time, Arsenal made 2 bids.
Right.
Yeah, we'd already made a bid. Chelsea came in. Arsenal fans, everyone else, oh no, it's just, why would he go to a club built on Russian money? Well, that went well as well, didn't it? Yeah, money talks and BS walks, right? It's football. Yeah. Oh, but he chose Chelsea over Arsenal. No, he didn't. Yeah, Chelsea were the only club that had a bid accepted, according to the media. But now we've heard from this guy today, and he said, well, two offers were the same. Were they wrong again, the media?
No, but if Mudryk would have said to Chelsea, I don't care what you offer me, I'm only joining Arsenal, Chelsea's bid being accepted would become irrelevant.
Not at all.
Well, it would have done
because if Arsenal hadn't a bid, hang on, if Arsenal hadn't had a bid accepted and Chelsea put a bid in, but he's already told them you can come with whatever you want, I'm not signing for you. Is he going to stay on less than £1,000 a week in a war-torn country, playing in a league full of part-timers, or is he going to actually go? Well, Arsenal ain't going to pay what I want.
But that proves my point. But that proves my point. He did accept Chelsea's offer, therefore it mattered. But if he would have said, I'm not joining anybody. So I'll give you an example. Bruno Fernandes, when he joined Manchester United, that you always get this talk. Oh, did you really want Bruno? No one else is interested in him. And then Bruno spoke about this afterwards. He said, I told my agent explicitly, I will reject any offer from any other club. I only want Man United. What that did for Man United, it gave us the negotiating power because they wanted £70 million for him. We ended up getting him for 47 million. But if he was willing to join Barca, willing to join Chelsea, willing to join PSG, and they were all bidding, it would force Man United, one, to bid a higher amount because you want to give the first bid accepted.
Oh, I understand that, Terry. What I'm saying is, if Real Madrid,
what I mean is, say Bruno's agent today tells David Ornstein he only wants to join Man United, and then in 4 days' time, Bruno wakes up and changes his mind. That's not David Ornstein's fault.
No, Terry, hold on. Right. We had a bid for Mudryk. We spoke to Mudryk. We already knew Mudryk wanted to join us in the summer, in July. There's articles from July, Terry. We are now in the middle of June. If Arsenal wanted the player that badly, Chelsea wouldn't have even got to a stage of putting a bid in, right? So let's just have that right for starters. Secondly, we put a bid in, which was, I think, £40 million plus a few quid in add-ons. Well, hold on. We've been told the price is €100 million. So why are you even going with a bid that was half of that? Yeah. Then Chelsea come into the picture. Now Arsenal go and put another bid in, which was way less than they wanted. Then we go and put another bid in, which was less than what they wanted by €5 million, which is what was being reported by the likes of Ornstein and all these other people, 95 million, including the add-ons. Then we find out, bang, Chelsea 100 mil. So then everyone's going, oh, but he's chose Chelsea over Arsenal. Well, he hasn't, because at that stage, we were under the impression that Arsenal never had a bid accepted, only Chelsea did. Now it's a choice of stay in a war-torn country or play for Chelsea. Then what our fans have done is then spun it. Oh, he's on 200 grand a week. We only offered 50. He's gone for the money. Absolute rubbish. We offered 127 grand a week. Anyone who's doubting that, yeah, well, you're doubting all the journalists then, aren't you? Because if you go on Google search right now and type in Mudryk Arsenal wages, it will come up with page after page of articles from these journalists saying we've offered 127 grand a week. It has now been confirmed he's on 150 at Chelsea. So if Arsenal really wanted this player, Terry, for the sake of another 20 grand a week, right, 23 grand a week and €5 million, I'm pretty sure we could have got him, mate.
But you could have done. I think if you went in and go, okay, we'll match Chelsea's terms and we'll pay Mudryk the same as Chelsea have offered him, I think he picks Arsenal. The thing is,
why didn't we then?
Because you didn't want to spend that much money.
Okay, hold on. 20 grand a week, Terry.
Yeah.
Right. 23 grand a week. That's $1 million a year. So we didn't want to spend, let's say he's on 8-year contract, yeah? We didn't want to spend, right? Yeah, 20 grand a week is $1 million a year. We didn't want to spend an extra 8 million plus, 4 million. So about 12 million. We didn't want to spend that extra 12 million on this generational talent that we've been tracking for 8 months.
Lee, listen, I'm not agreeing with it. I'm telling you what they're saying, and this is my take.
And this is my point. They're chatting absolute garbage, all of them.